Hey everyone, it's Ashley Ray from Let's Talk LetsTalkRayStyle.com, and I know I have not done a video in quite some time, but that's because I haven't blogged in a very long time. So if you are new to this channel, please like and subscribe. My name is Ashley Ray, and I am a blogger who is now trying to do videos for all of my blogs. Okay. So I'm sorry, you can probably hear my dog, his little charms around his collar. Anyway, so the last blog I did was called Thank You Next, and it was just about ending a new chapter in life and about, starting the new year off fresh. So I really don't like to do videos at all. Anyway, so I'm just trying this because it's something that seems to be effective, and a lot of people are into videos versus reading, but I'm always going to be a writer at heart. So I always write my blogs and then discuss them. So, all right, that was a long story short. So, Happy New Year. I mean, we still are technically only 3 months into the new year. So this is still New Year. So Happy New Year. I'm just going to be adjusting here. Okay. I never go live either. I usually just record my videos and then I'll upload them on here and onto Instagram. So I'm kind of nervous right now. So bear with me. All right. So I actually have like a list of what I'm going to talk about. So this particular video is called The Divide and More. And The Divide is the actual name of my latest blog. But the and more part is what I'm going to talk about. So let's see. Let me catch you guys up. So before the new year, we all have more than one form of income. And so I had actually lost my major form of income, but I still had my business writing services and, of course, still my blog. So, and I'm an author, so my self-help book. So in the meantime, I was just working on those things and I was feeling like my blog really wasn't going where I wanted to go or where I feel it should have gone by now. And so I had to kind of like check myself. So I wanted to give my blog a break. So my last post before The Divide was actually Thank You Next, as I stated earlier. And I posted that maybe December 30th or December 31st. But I just wanted to give myself some time to kind of like resituate things, like adjust things that were happening in my life. And I just wanted to give my blog a fresh new start with all of my attention. And I figured since I don't really advertise for my business that much and I get a lot of business, I just figure if I put the effort that I was putting into my blog, into my business, that it would be lucrative. And that actually worked. But as I stated, like I am a writer at heart. So my intentions are to always come back to letstalkraystyle.com. And I'm not even sure if I can like put that somewhere. I don't know. Usually when I pre-record, you can add subtitles and things. But anyway, my blog is letstalkraystyle.com. That is letstalkraestyle.com. And I have actually the link to the blog, The Divide, in the description box. So anyway, so here I am after I posted The Divide, I want to say maybe last week. I said, okay, you have to buckle down and go ahead and create this video. So here I am. And whew, so adjusting to change is something that we all have issues to do. But I was so ready for the changes to come into my life that I think that I transitioned pretty well. For example, I have a new position, which caused me to fly out and be away from home for 3 weeks. And I've never been away from Detroit for 3 weeks, like at a time, consecutively. Like even when I was out of the country, I was only gone for 10 days. So 3 weeks was extreme. Like I was basically hotel living, and there'll be so much more of that to come. So I literally have to take my laptop everywhere, which is not a problem. I'm not complaining at all, but like I have a totally different schedule in my life right now. So I basically get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and those who um, are subscribed to this channel or follow me on any social media or read my blogs know that I'm a person that stays up extremely late. Like I'm talking, I was staying up in the summer at least till 5 o'clock in the morning, no big deal. And then I go to sleep and I get back up at like 10 and I do whatever it is that I had planned for the day. So now I have like, I'm living by my planner, and I have like an old fashioned planner because I still believe in writing things down. If I don't write something down, I'm probably going to forget it. So I'm trying to prevent myself from like overlapping in times and everything else. So just be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Somebody used to tell me that all the time. And I have literally gotten just about every single thing that I've ever asked for or wished for. So I really, really, I really, really believe in that because it just happens. So I'll be doing a lot more traveling soon. Me taking a hiatus from my blog. I took a trip to the Bahamas. That was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It was February. Like I was there for Valentine's Day. So just it being Valentine's Day, like that is beautiful within itself. But just to be like drinking from an actual coconut, not getting coconut water from the store, but like having someone cut open a coconut with a machete and you sticking a straw in it and drinking it. Like, that was just so amazing. And I'll probably be back really soon. Again, I'm just trying to get my schedule together. So things have been going fairly well for me. Let me take a quick sip of this. And I'm just finishing that because it has my MCT oil in it that I need. So anyway, I can honestly say that I have like zero complaints about life. And I know this is going to continue for me because I have put in the work. I've done my meditation. I exercise gratitude, and it's just like, wow, like waking up every day and enjoying what you do and just being appreciative for any overall experience is just phenomenal. Also, as I mentioned, I do have a self-help book called How to Play the Game of Life, a guide on maneuvering through life's challenges. And if anyone is interested in purchasing that book, when you click the link for the blog in the description box, it's actually listed on there for sale. So you could get it there, or Amazon, or Kindle, or Barnes and Noble. Just look for Ashley Ray. So in the midst of that, I am still finishing up my second book, which I have not announced the title of the book, but I really have been procrastinating on it because sometimes, again, you just need a break. And that's what I felt like I needed. And really, there's no excuse for me not being done with this book other than I've just been procrastinating. Like literally, I've been like, oh, okay, this is good. Yeah, okay, having other people read it, and then I just close my laptop and don't open it back up to finish the final story, which I am going to do. And also, I am now a part of a podcast called Kisses and Conversations, where myself and two other young ladies are discussing different topics about dating and relationships. And we also, this is the big deal about it, we actually interview men and get their perspective on particular topics involving dating and relationships. And then we play them, and then we kind of give our opinions and experiences based off of the conversation. The interview of the whomever we interviewed. So episode 3 should be airing. Yeah, Kisses and Conversations will be episode 3. It should be airing tonight. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. It's really interesting. And that's available on all platforms, even YouTube. So, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Google Play. It's there. All right. So enough about me. Let's get to the actual blog topic. So my latest blog is a serious matter. It is called The Divide. And what I'm discussing in this blog is the divide between the Black community. And when I say the Black community, I mean every single person that identifies as Black. It does not matter where you grew up, what country you were born in. Black people with melanin in their skin. I forgot I'm live, so I can't edit that out. So, okay, so if you don't pay attention to politics and public policy, you'll be confused. They have been pressing, this is, I don't even want to say issue, but the topic, the discussion of, transgender men and women. And when I say transgender, and I hope I'm using the correct term, is when a person identifies as the opposite sex, but they still have their original anatomy. So if I consider myself to be a boy, but I still have a vagina, okay, that's transgender. So then we have the conversation about gay men and women, etc. And there are many people in the Black community, as we know, that do not agree with same-sex orientation as a lifestyle or the transgender movement. And so my entire point of this blog is to say that you don't have to agree with someone else's lifestyle. All you have to do is respect them as a human being, right? And so to the transgender and same-sex oriented community, people don't have to like your lifestyle. They don't have to like the way that you live your life. That doesn't mean that they hate you. It just means that's something that they don't like. As long as they're respectful to you, that's really all that matters. You can't force your opinions and your life on someone else. All you can do is be true to who you are, and people have to respect you. That's it. So I want to stop the notion that just because someone doesn't agree with what I say, they hate me or they're discriminating against me. Perfect example. There is a transgender girl who is like killing people, not literally killing them, but let's just say that the transgender woman is in a sport and playing on the all-female team, and she's like, killing the other female components. Now, why is she killing the other female components? Because in all actuality, she still has the anatomy of a man, a boy, a male, however you want to word that. And we know scientifically that men are physically stronger than women, right? Like this isn't something to say, women can't do the same thing that men do or anything of that nature. This is just basic science, right? So scientifically, we know that men, boys, males, are physically stronger and muscular than women. So is it fair? Would you want your daughter who's on a wrestling team, let's say she's on a girls wrestling team in high school, do you want her wrestling a transgender woman, knowing that the transgender girl, the transgender girl is technically stronger and more muscular than your daughter because the transgender woman still has the anatomy and build of a boy? That's not fair. Like people are calling that, discriminatory behavior because people are saying, no, I don't want a transgender woman playing against my daughter. That's not discrimination. All people are saying is that your transgender child, the transgender girl should be playing on the guy's team because technically they still have the parts of a man, of a boy. And you have to take your emotions out of this when we discuss these topics, because I'm not trying to offend anyone at all, but it seems to be a very, very sensitive subject. And I just feel like it's logic that we are missing in this. It makes no sense when we know that scientifically a boy, a man, a male is physically stronger than a girl, a woman, a female. So why would I be competing against a transgender woman who has the scientific makeup of a boy, man, male? It just doesn't make sense. So we just have to, these are the things that we just have to think about. And so, all right, so moving along from that. And again, my blog goes into more detail with, specifics, but this video is running very long already. So, and then we have the same sex community, the LGBTQ community, right? So what Black people have to realize is that you are Black first before you're anything else. I don't care what your sexual orientation is, what you consider yourself to be. Just know that when you walk in the room with brown skin, you are Black first, and everything else is after that. I mean, if you think about it, would the LGBTQ community even be an issue? Like, would gay rights even be something? Would it even be something considered if white people weren't affected by this? Do you think that all of these laws and rules would be forced if it was just Black people that were gay? Absolutely not. So you would still be getting ignored if this same topic didn't affect white people. So always remember that you are Black first, regardless of how you feel, who your friends are, who you think your friends are. You are Black first. And actually, there was a time in the gay community where white gays were actually shutting Black gays out of clubs, out of information, etc. And I mean, if you think about it, here in Michigan, because that's where I am, we have two different gay prides. You have a white gay pride and you have a Black gay pride. Why? Why do you think that is? Okay. So now we're going to move along to the HOTOPs. I had a HOTOP tell me that Black women have been discussing Black men in a negative way to white men for years, and they just sat by and watched us do it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, he was talking about slavery. And I quote, he said, "But y'all created a whole race of people with them." He's included in that, first of all. Second of all, I don't recall any Black woman being able to say, "No, I don't want to sleep with you." I mean, it is called rape. So when you call yourself a HOTOP, just make sure that you are actually a representation of peace, because that's what HOTOP means, right? It means peace, because everything that I hear from HOTOP seems to be very negative if it isn't involving them. Like, they have very terrible things to say about Black women. And you cannot be pro-Black and be anti-Black women. It's just impossible, because Black women produce Black children. Black women produce Black people. So how can you be full of peace, and how can you be for the Black family and Black community, but yet you're constantly tearing down Black women? And I also feel like HOTOPs, this is not about what I feel. HOTOPs believe that homosexuality comes from European people. And they get this based off of them saying homosexuality didn't exist within Africa. And they're saying this because there are no documentations of homosexuality in Africa, which we know many of our stories are not written. They're told, they're passed down from generation to generation, and some are transcribed in writing. But just because it's not talked about does not mean it did not exist. That's one thing. The second thing is, every single person is not necessarily from Africa. There is substantial proof well, first of all, if you've ever read the book We Were Here Before Columbus, it talks about Africans traveling to what Europeans considered the New World way before Columbus, coming here, living here, creating stones and statues, proving that they were here. But not only that, one of the reasons why Columbus thought that he was in India when he got here is because the Native Americans were dark in color. They had melanin, like many other people at that time in this world, had strong levels of melanin in their skin. So a lot of us, a lot of people who are considered Black or African American were actually natives to this land, and then bringing Africans over in the slave trade and having each other, having everyone enslaved pretty much, which of course we know people enslaved and that live together are going to reproduce together, okay, right? So for you to attack Black people based on homosexuality and saying that it's European based, whatever the case may be, guess what? It doesn't matter where it came from. What matters is same-sex oriented people are people, and you don't need to try to make them an outcast of the Black community, because they are very much so a part of our community. We all are. It does not matter what your sexuality is, what your preferences are, and how you sleep at night. The point of the matter with this entire blog that I wrote is that we are all one. We can agree to disagree in public. That's actually what we need to do. But in private may be a better time to discuss what your issues are, with someone else within the Black community. But you don't have to agree with anyone's lifestyle. All you have to do is respect them as a person. And the bottom line is we all need to be a united front together for the media, for social media, for politics, for any type of movements, because our movement seems to be completely drowned out with these individual movements. And when I say individual movements, I mean like the movement of the LGBT community. Black people, particularly Black women, support just about everything you can think of. We support the LGBT community. We support everyone, right? But do we get that same support back when it comes to our issues? A lot of the times we don't. So that is my point. My point is that we have to be a united front so that we can get our unresolved issues. When I say we, I mean Black people. So that we can get our unresolved issues handled and brought to the forefront instead of being pushed back by these individual things. That's where the confusion comes in. So it'll make it seem like, this issue is much more important than this issue, when really, if we all came together and got the issue of constantly oppressing and suppressing Black people and our plight, then we will be able to be stronger in these individual issues that are occurring. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too boring. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to check out the description box that has my Instagram in it. It also has the blog link. It's called The Divide. The Divide. It's called The Divide. So stay tuned for the next video, because my next vlog is on self-care. All right. Tell a friend and bring a friend. Tell a friend and bring a friend. So you all have a good one, and I'm out of here. Smooches.